today we will do question number 35. Now see, in this question you are asked to prepare income and expenditure for the year ended 31st 12 2012. So here the year ending is 31st 12 2012, and in this question you have to prepare only income and expenditure account. Now let's see what are the things are going to come in the income and expenditure. Now first see, we have balance brought forward. That means this is the opening balance of cash and bank. Now cash and bank are assets, so they won't come in income and expenditure account. Okay, so cash and bank balance won't come in expenditure account. Next we have subscription. So subscription recorded in the receive side, that means subscription is an income, so obviously this will come in income and expenditure account. Next, life membership fee. I have told you earlier also, life membership fee is a capital receipt, so life membership fee doesn't come in income and expenditure account. Next we have tournament fund. Tournament fund is an income. Since it is recorded in the receive side, then obviously this is an income. Now next we have donation for building. Normally we treat donation as an income, right? But this donation is related to building. So there is one additional information I want to tell you. The additional information is, see, any donation, income or fund relating to any fixed asset is treated as capital receipt and is recorded in closing balance sheet. So don't forget that any donation, income or fund relating to any fixed asset is treated as capital receipt and is recorded in closing balance sheet. This means that donation for building is a capital receipt because building is an asset, fixed asset. So donation for building won't come in income and expenditure. Next, locker rent. Okay, since locker rent is recorded in the receive side, that means this is an income. Again, next we have sale of old sports materials costing 10,000, but in the receipts amount column we have 6,000. Our cost and the amount which we have received is different. That means sale of old sports material will have adjustment, so mark this as adjustment. Next, sale of old newspaper. By selling of old newspaper you have received 4,000, then obviously whenever we receive something, this becomes an income. Next, legacy. I have told you earlier also that if nothing is mentioned regarding legacy, then legacy is treated as capital receipt, so it won't come in income and expenditure. Next, entrance fees. We all know that entrance fee is an income. Now next we have interest on fixed deposit. That means you made one fixed deposit and on that fixed deposit you are getting interest, then obviously it is an income for you. So interest on fixed deposit is an income. Next we have interest on building fund. Just right now I have told you that any kind of income or donation relating to any fixed asset will be treated as capital receipt, so it won't come in income and expenditure. Next, come to the payment side. See, salary is an expense, and since we have some additional information relating to this, so this will have adjustment and salary will be treated as expenditure. Next we have billiards table. Now billiards table is a sports equipment and sports equipment are assets. Okay, now relating to assets, I want to give you one information. Whenever any assets are mentioned on the credit or payment side of receipts and payments account, it indicates additional purchase of that asset. Okay, so whenever any assets are mentioned on the credit or payment side of receipts and payment account, it indicates additional purchase of that asset. Means during the year you have purchased that asset. Okay, so normally assets are not recorded in income and expenditure account. Next we have office expenses, obviously expense, so it will be treated as expenditure, and since some additional information is related, so it will have adjustment. Now stationery. Now normally we treat stationery as expense, but in this case we will treat stationery as asset. Why? Just come down in the additional information, see the word stock of stationery. Now I want to share one more additional information relating to the word stock. Whenever you will find the word stock is added with any commodity or goods, then that particular commodity is treated as asset. Okay, so whenever you will find that the word stock is added with any of the commodity or any good, then that particular commodity is treated as asset. As we can see in the question, the word stock is added with the stationery. So in this question, stationery will be treated as assets. Okay, next we have tournament expenses. So tournament expenses means expenditure. Next, furniture purchase. Just now I explained you that whenever any asset is mentioned in the payment side, that means that is an additional purchase, and in this question it is clearly written furniture purchase, so this purchase won't come in income and expenditure. Next we have sports equipment purchase. Same like furniture, this sports equipment are also asset, so it won't come in income and expenditure. Next, fixed deposit. When we made this fixed deposit on 1st January 2012, and we have rate of interest on this fixed deposit 12%. That means on fixed deposit you are getting an interest of 12%. Now if you see on the debit side, we have interest on fixed deposit which we are treating as income. So since the rate is mentioned here, so we have to assume that interest on fixed deposit will have adjustment. So don't forget students that whenever the rate will be mentioned, then we have to assume that there is an adjustment in the interest. Okay, and fixed deposit won't come in income and expenditure. Next, balance carried forward, cash and bank balance. So this is the closing balance of cash and bank balance, and as I told you, cash and bank balance are assets, so this won't come in income and expenditure. Now come to additional information. Now what additional information we have? On 1st January 2012, subscription outstanding were 1600. That means this is the outstanding of subscription in the beginning of the year, and we have outstanding at the end also, 31st 12 2012 1800. So it means that we will have adjustment in subscription. So mark the adjustment. Next, on 1st January 2012, the club had building 1 lakh, furniture 40,000 and sports equipment 21,000. This means that this is the opening balance for all this asset. Means in the beginning of the year, we had building of 1 lakh, furniture of 40,000 and sports equipment of 28,000. Now, on this assets, we have to charge depreciation of 10%. We know that building, furniture and sports equipment are assets and they don't come in income and expenditure account. But depreciation is an expense, and all kinds of expenses come in income and expenditure account, and depreciation is an expenditure. So depreciation will come in expenditure side of income and expenditure account. Now again, stock of stationery at the beginning and at the end of the year. Means in the beginning, how much stationery we had as stock? 6,000, and at the end we had only 2,000. Now one more additional information I want to share. Normally, value of assets decreases because of two reasons. One is depreciation and another is sales. Now in this question, can you find sales anywhere? No, sales is not there. That means the value of stock has decreased because of depreciation. So here we will have one adjustment. That one I will show you in the working note. Now next is donation for building includes 8,000 general donation. Now as I told you that donation for building will not come, but general donation, okay, there is one general donation, and general donation is treated as income. So general donation will obviously come in the income and expenditure account. Now we will start the sum. As you can see, I have made the format. Now let's see the transactions here. Now first we have balance brought forward for cash and bank balance that won't come. Next we have subscription. Now subscription is an income and it has adjustment. So here we will write on the income side, by subscription as we know it has adjustment, so we won't write the amount now. Now let's see the next item. The next item we have life membership fee that won't come. Next is tournament fund. Now tournament fund is an income, so this one will come in the income side, by tournament fund. Amount is 30,000, so we'll write here 30,000. Now after tournament fund we have donation for building. Donation for building won't come. Next we have locker rent. Locker rent is an income, no adjustment, so we will write directly here, by locker rent. The amount for locker rent is 4,000. Okay. Now next we have sale of old sports materials costing 10,000, but we have received 6,000. Now as I told you, we have adjustment, so we will do one small working note. Now we will do the working note. So cost of old sports materials. What was the cost of old sports materials? 10,000. 10,000 is the cost of old sports material, but we have sold it at 6,000, right? So our sales proceed is 6,000, means at 6,000 we have sold it, right? Now as you can see, our cost price is more than our selling price. Our cost is more than our selling price, then obviously there will be loss, right? So the difference between the cost price and the selling price will be treated as loss on sale. Here we have to find the difference between cost and sales proceed. So 10,000 minus 6,000 will be 4,000, and this 4,000 will be treated as loss on sale. Okay, and any kind of loss is recorded in the debit side. Okay, why? Because this loss is an expenditure for the company, so this one will be recorded on the expenditure side of income and expenditure account. So we will write to loss on sale of old sports materials how much is the loss? 4,000. Okay, I hope you are clear with this transaction. Next we have legacy. So legacy on come. Again we have entrance fee. Now entrance fee is an income, so that one we will directly record on the income side. So we'll write by entrance fee, the amount is 10,000, so we'll write here 10,000. Okay, our entrance fee is 10,000. Now let's see the next item. Next item is interest on fixed deposit, as we have already marked adjustment, so we will just write in the income side by interest on fixed deposit. We won't write the amount, just keep this space blank. Now next we have interest on building fund, that won't come in the income and expenditure side. Now let's go to the payment side. Now payment side we have salary. Now salary is an expense, so that one will come in the expenditure side. So we will record here salary on the expenditure side to salary. Now see, in salary it is mentioned that salary including 2,000 for 2011. Now what is the year ending for this year? For this question, the year ending is 31st December 2012, and here that means the current period is 2012, and here salary includes 2,000 for 2011. Okay, that means previous year. So previous year the amount of previous year should be deducted. So here we will write 22,000 is the total salary you have paid now, less 2011. Why? Because this is the previous year's balance you have paid, right? So that one we need to deduct, because in income and expenditure account we record only the current transactions. So less 2,000 and it will be 20,000. Okay, next what we have, billiards table. As I told you, billiards table is an asset, so it won't come in income and expenditure account. Next we have office expenses. Now office expenses including 2000 for 2013. 2013 means coming year, but in income and expenditure account we only include current year balance. So here what we will do, to office expenses 8,800 less 2013. This 2013 is for the current year. Current year means, no, not current year, this is for the coming year. 2013 is coming year, that means this is the advance. Okay, so how much advance you have paid? You have paid advance of 2000, so less 2000, so it will become 6,800. Okay, next stationery. Now stationery is an asset, so it won't come. Next, tournament expenses. Okay, tournament expense is an expense, so it should be recorded in the expenditure side. So to tournament expenses. Now the amount is for tournament expenses is 32,000. So we will write 32,000 for tournament expenses. Okay. Next, furniture purchased. Furniture purchased won't come here. Next, again, sports equipment purchase. Sports equipment purchase also won't come in income and expenditure account. Now next we have fixed deposit. Now as I told you, this rate will have an effect on the interest on fixed deposit. So we have to do one working note. Now fixed deposit, when did we make the fixed deposit? On 1/1/2012. That means in the beginning of the year, and the fixed deposit amount was 11,800. Now come to the book. The rate is 12%, right? And since you have made the fixed deposit on 1/1/2012, that means you will get interest for one entire year. That means our total interest on fixed deposit will be 12% of 11,800, and 12% of 11,800 will be 1,416. But during the year, how much you have received? Only 708. That means some amount is still to be received. Less, how much you have received? 708. And how much still to be received? 700 is still to be received. That means whenever any income is due that you will receive but you have not received, in that case such income is called as accrued income, right? So we will write here accrued interest, which means that your total interest was 1,416. Out of that you have received 708, and 708 is still to be received, which is called as accrued interest. Now interest on fixed deposit was 700 we have received, and we have accrued. How much is still accrued for us? 708. So what is the total here? Becomes 1,416. Now see, balance carry forward of cash and bank balance will not come. So here we are done with receipts and payment side. Now let us come to the additional information. Now what additional information we have? Now we have adjustment in subscription. Now on 1st January 2012 we have outstanding 1,600. Now total subscription was 22,000, and on 1st January we all know that outstanding in the beginning is deducted, right? So less outstanding in 1st January 2012, that is beginning, should be deducted. So we had in the beginning 1600, that should be deducted. And again we have some outstanding at the end. That means outstanding in 31st 12 2012. This is for the end, and that one should be added. So it should be 1800. Now it will give us a total cost. It will give us a total of 22,200. Next, what additional information we have? Opening balances of all the assets, that is building, furniture and sports equipment. So assets won't come in income and expenditure, but as I told you, depreciation will come. Now we have to calculate this depreciation. Now one very crucial thing you must remember, that they have said depreciation at the rate of 10% on these items including purchases. That means those assets which you have purchased in the middle of the year, you have to add on those assets and then you have to charge depreciation. So let us calculate the depreciation. Now again working note. Now building. Now for building we will calculate depreciation. Now for building, what is the opening balance? For building, the opening balance is 1 lakh. And in case of building, we don't have any extra purchase, so we have to charge depreciation on this 1 lakh. So depreciation will be 10% of 1 lakh. Okay, so our depreciation on building will be 10,000. Okay, now next is furniture. Now see, in case of furniture, we have opening balance also, and we have purchased some furniture during the year. So we have to include this furniture with the opening balance, and then we have to charge depreciation. So our opening balance for furniture was 40,000, and during the year we have purchased some. So purchases how much we have purchased? 30. How much we have purchased? 10,000. Okay, furniture purchased was 10,000. That one should be included here, the 10,000. So our total furniture balance will be 50,000. Now on this 50,000, now we will charge depreciation on furniture. On furniture it will be depreciation 10% of this 50,000. So 10% of 50,000 will be 5,000. So our depreciation on furniture is 5,000. Next, now see, sports equipment we have 28,000 in the opening, but during the year we have purchased some sports equipment, that is 12,000. This is one addition, and again one more addition was there, that is billiards table. Billiards table is also treated as sports equipment. That means we have two sports equipment purchased during the year. One is billiards table, another is sports equipment purchased. So now for sports equipment, so we have in the opening balance 28,000. Now as I told you, during the year you have purchased one billiards table. This billiards table will also be treated as sports equipment, and the amount for billiards table is 18,000. And again some additional sports equipment also you have purchased. So here we will write purchases. So during the year the addition was 12,000. So our total of sports equipment will be 56,000. 56,000. Now on this 56,000 we have to charge depreciation. So depreciation will be 10% of 56,000. So this will give us 5,600. Okay. Now see, stock of stationery. In the beginning of the year, how much was the stock of stationery? 6,000. So this is the opening balance. And during the year, you have purchased some more stock of stationery, that is 1,400. Now stock of stationery opening. In the opening we had stock of stationery 6,000, and as I told you, during the year you have purchased some stock of stationery, and our purchases was 1,400. So this gives us total of 7,400. But see, in the closing we had only 2,000. Our closing balance is 2,000. Now as I told you, if there is a decrease in the value of any asset, the reason will be depreciation or sale. Now in this case there will be depreciation because there was no sale. Okay, so the difference between the total balance and the closing balance will become our depreciation. Okay, so if we deduct the closing balance from the total balance, we will get 5,400 as our depreciation. Okay, now we have to charge depreciation, so we will write to depreciation on building. Then our next asset is furniture. Then again our next asset is sports equipment, and the third one is stock of stationery. Now let us see the amounts for this. For building, our depreciation was 10,000. For furniture, our depreciation is 5,000. For sports equipment, our depreciation is 5,600. And lastly, on stock of stationery, we have depreciation of 5,400. See, now we have to write this depreciation. For building, our depreciation 10,000. Next is 5,000 for furniture. Then sports equipment we had 5,600, and for stationery our depreciation was 5,400, and the total will fall. So our total depreciation is 26,000. Now see the last adjustment. Donation for building includes 8,000 general donation. As I told you, general donation will be treated as income, so it will come on the income side. By general donation, it is 8,000. Okay, so we have made all the entries. See, income side we have recorded, and we have recorded everything in the expenditure side also. Now we will make the total of both income and expenditure side. So let us check. So when we make the total of income side, our total comes 79,660. Okay, our total of income side is 79,660. Now it's turn for expenditure side. Now we'll total expenditure side, and the total of expenditure side is 88,800. Okay, now as you can see, our income side is less than our expenditure side. see our expenditure side is 88,800. That means, so see, whenever debit side, that is expenditure side, is greater than credit side, that is from the income side, if the expenditure side is greater, that means there is deficit. Okay, and deficit means shortage. Pause. Now we will write the total on both the sides, 88,800 here also, and then here also 88,000 here. That means deficit means we have to balance out here, means shortage. So we will write here by deficit 9,184. So here our income and expenditure account for this question is